Hey, it's Brian with Reclaimed Republic. This is your first time here. I'm a full-time eBay reseller and part-time YouTube content creator. On eBay, I sell in the everything category, so you're going to get a good picture of that today here with the stuff that I'm showing you that sold on eBay over the weekend. So 13 items sold, and out of that 13, 5 of them are directly related to the thumbnail, which is talking about the average selling price of your items on eBay. I've definitely not done a perfect job at this. I would like my average selling price right now is net selling price is around 20 bucks. And I've got items here that are well below 20 on a net sale basis. So we're going to get into those right now. We're going to talk about these 5 items first, and then we'll talk about the other 8 items right after that. So the first item that I would not buy again is this green anchor hawking vase. It's super cool. I have some of these at my house, and picked this up at a garage sale for 50 cents and ended up selling it for $11.81 plus shipping. These were mass produced. These came from florists in the 70s, and there's a ton of them on eBay. So it's not a very unique item, and see them at thrift stores and estate sales, garage sales all over the place, at least by me. But for that amount of money, the return plus the amount of care you have to have with an item like that just is not worth it for me. So I do have another similar one over here on my shelf, but after that one sold, I'm not going to buy any more of those to sell. Next item up is this Hawaii 50th State mug. Super cool mug, like a little pineapple, ceramic pineapple mug. But picked this up at an estate sale. I bought 30 mugs at this estate sale because they're all 5 for $1, and just bought a whole ton of souvenir mugs. I'm thinking, man, this will be great. And, you know, I was mostly wrong. So not many of them were worth more than about $8 or $9. I listed them all up at one time in a batch and went through and started pricing them and listing them after that. And yeah, I wouldn't do that again. Picked this up for 20 cents at the estate sale and ended up selling it for $6.31 plus shipping. I will say the sell-through rate on all 5 of these items isn't horrible. I've had them listed for about 60 days-ish, maybe a little less, maybe a little bit more. So the sell-through rate's not horrible, but the price you get for the items is not something that I want to come back for. Next item is this little brass Jack Daniels keychain. So it says Jack Daniels on the front. It says 1850 to 1911 on the back. I picked this up at a garage sale for 25 cents. Sold it for $3.50 plus shipping. Didn't comp it at all. There were some keychains, and I asked how much they were. He said 2 for 50 cents. And I picked up a couple, and I shouldn't have, but I shouldn't have even listed it probably, but I did, and ended up selling it for $3.50 on an offer. Next item are these little ball markers. So if you're a golfer, little ball markers that are like levels, they're little bubble levels to help you read a green. But picked these up for 50 cents at a bin store, Amazon bin store, and ended up selling those for $4.89 plus shipping. I did comp those. I thought I must have looked at a different item, or I don't know what I looked at. I thought the comps were higher, but they weren't. And whenever I listed them up, I ended up listing them and selling them at $4.89 plus shipping. So wouldn't buy those again. And then the 5th item are these little handmade coasters. So I picked these up at an estate sale. It was 25 cents for the holder and the coasters. For me, it was like a nostalgic thing. I remember my grandmother teaching my sister how to, do that, and I used to get in on some of it too with them, and it was just cool. It's 25 cents, and I was like, oh, I can sell those for 10 or 12 bucks. Well, I couldn't. So I picked those up for 25 cents. I sold them for $3.91 plus shipping. Those have probably been here the longest. They've probably been here for 60 full days at least. So glad to see them go out the door. it'll be an okay profit margin, but the dollars are just horrible. Not worth the time of the pictures and the storing and the shipping and the talking about them. Not something I would get again. So those 5 items for me, again, the sell-through rate isn't horrible, but the average sale price on those items isn't great, and especially for the money I'm investing and the time, I'm not going to buy those 5 items again. But now we're going to take a look at some items that I would buy again and sold over the weekend. So the first item is an Armstrong little ratchet socket set. So it's a new brand for me. I didn't know about it before I was at this estate sale up in Colorado a couple weeks ago. I bought this little wrench set, or the socket set, and a little set of wrenches. I've already sold the wrenches. That one estate sale. I'd never heard of Armstrong, but now it's a brand that I'm going to be keeping my eyes open for whenever I'm looking through old tools at sales. So I picked those up for $2.20 and sent them out the door for $28.96 plus shipping. Next item is this Thorson Easy Twist screwdriver. Very unique item. It's got flared out so you can get a good grip on it. Stores the bits in the handle. It ratchets. And tips just go in there. So it's a really cool piece. I picked this up at the same estate sale that I got the ratchets and sockets at. Picked this up for $1.50. Sold it for $14.31 plus shipping. So not huge dollars. Easy to manage. Small. Fits in my tool bucket over here. Easy to ship. Not really breakable. And it sold within 2 weeks. So we'll definitely pick that one up again. Next item up is this clean canteen. So I don't know if this one's even been used. The tag is still in great shape on the bottom. It hasn't been washed or anything, but picked this up at a Goodwill for $3.30 and sold it for $12.71 plus shipping. Really fast, and it was on because of my store coupon, I think, was 20% off. But this is something, it's a similar size to the vase. Actually, it's, yeah, a little bit taller. Similar size, not as good a profit margin or return in dollars as the vase, but I sell this again because it's easy to manage. You don't have to be as careful with this, and these sell super, super fast. Part of it may be the color. It's called roasted pepper. It's a cool, dark, deep red color, but that one I would pick up again for the right price. It has to be the right, I got to pay the right amount to make it worth it for me. All right. Next item that I would definitely buy again. This is a little, it's a Zippo, but it's Kermagee branded. Kermagee chemicals and oil and gas. So this is a little tape measure and a little nail file and pocket knife. So I got these at an estate sale for 25 cents and sold the pair for $17.92 plus shipping. I got them on a whole bag of stuff for 50 cents that I've just made a whole pile of money on that really, really, really paid off. So it's kind of, for me, it was kind of a surprise, but it's been a good surprise. So Zippo branded advertising material tends to do pretty well. If it's in decent shape, you can get pretty good money for it. I sold some other Zippo tape measures for something like $25 a pop, just the tape measure themselves. And there's some that are worth a lot more, some worth a lot less. But selling that pair for $17.92 and only having a quarter in them is something I definitely do again. All right, another tool that I bought at this same estate sale with the ratchet sockets and the screwdriver is this SK Tools. This is a made in USA. It's called a thumb ratchet. You just drive it with your thumb. You don't have the handle. But picked this up for $2.20. Sold it for $21.89 plus shipping. Really good profit margin. Super easy to manage. This is a tiny little item. Really easy to manage and ship. So we'll definitely get that one again. Another item I'd definitely buy again are these vintage A.W. Faber. These are drafting pencil lead holders. with some extra leads in the little cardboard tube here. Got these at a church sale. They were in with a drafting kit, but there's a drafting kit with some stuff in the box, and the box would not close. It was just like kind of just angled. And these were in there. It wasn't part of the drafting kit. They just had them in there. And pulled these out. Saw that there was some decent value because of the colors, bright colors. These, the red, the yellow, or the blue, the yellow, and there's a red one that I don't have, but get some pretty good money. But picked those up for $1 and sold those for $23.91 plus shipping. And yeah, finally got those listed up. I've had those for about, I don't know, 45, 60 days, and they sold in 24 hours or less. So would definitely pick those up again. This you may recognize that name. I've been talking about that one a little bit recently. This is a plum. That's a plum. This is a roofing hatchet, a roofing hammer. You don't usually see plum that spelled out on any of these hammers, but it's a really big stamp on there. This is not in great shape. It needs a lot of cleanup. It needs to be sharpened. The handle is super wobbly. You could maybe reuse this handle, possibly. Not sure, but needs a lot of TLC, that's for sure. Picked this up for $1 at an estate sale. No, I did not. I picked this up for 50 cents. I'm wrong. I picked it up for 50 cents. I remember taking the 50-cent tag off of it. And same estate sale that I bought all the mugs at. Bought this for 50 cents, sold it for $10.31 plus shipping with a coupon. It's going to sound silly, but it's something I'd buy again. Again, it's super easy to handle. It's not going to break. Sells relatively fast. I've had it for quite a while. I only listed it about a week ago, so went out the door pretty fast. Seems like all the plum hammers that I list go out the door pretty fast. So I would do that one again, just because of how fast it sells, and it's so easy to handle. You don't have to be careful with it. And then the last item is this, we're going to talk about, is this Calphalon pot set. So this is I got it all bundled up here, but there's a 4-quart saucepan, a 2.5-quart saucepan, a steamer insert, and a lid right there that all interchange. I picked this up with a whole bundle of other Calphalon stuff at a garage sale for $5 and got it out the door for $39.90 plus shipping. Something I'd definitely do again. There's residential Calphalon and there's Calphalon commercial. The commercial is stamped with the word commercial on it. This is exactly the same thing, just doesn't have the stamp. Same model numbers, everything. It looks, I've had them side by side and I can't tell the difference other than one says commercial and one doesn't. So in any case, I would definitely sell those again. So that's everything that sold over the weekend, all 13 items. I hope some of that was helpful. For me, I'm really going to be paying much more attention to what I'm picking up and the average sell-through price of the things I list. So I'm starting to, as I'm getting stuff that's a little bit lower value, bundling it together. I did that last week. I sold some dog toys, and individually, maybe I could have sold them for $8 or $9, $10 a piece. And I was like, nope, not doing that. I put a whole bundle of stuff together and I sold it for $30. So that was worth it to me to sell a $30 item in a box versus selling them one at a time and letting them trickle out at $7, $8, $10 a piece. So I may be doing some more of that if I pick up low cost items, low sell-through price, low sell price items, just bundle them together to get them out the door. But if you have any comments or questions, please leave those down below. I really appreciate you watching. Hope you have a great day.